All right, so good morning. This question is from the chapter of circuits, current and electricity, and काफी important chapter है. A lot of questions come from this chapter, and one of the most confusing topics when we start this chapter is the ability to solve the circuits. Okay, this complex circuits are solved with the help of Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. The easier circuits are generally solved with the parallel series approach and Ohm's law, right? So, first of all, you have to see the question and decide whether the circuit is complex or simple, and then decide the approach. Sometimes a complex circuit can be reduced to a simple circuit. I had prepared a video a few days back where a very complex looking circuit was reduced to a very simple circuit. And so you have to see the circuit very carefully before you jump to a conclusion as to what strategy will you use. If you look into this circuit, for example, okay, now in this circuit, although it appears it's a very large circuit, remember in the question what is given is that this circle is the one which is having resistance. Okay, this square which you see are journal wires with no resistance, just a battery. So our focus in this question is only this circle, okay? And the radius of this circle is 4 meters, and the resistance per unit length for this circle is 1 by 2 pi uh, ohms per meter. So our concentration, our focus of this question is this circle. This B and this battery, this part, the square part which you see, doesn't have any value except the fact that battery is connected to the circle. And let's say, how is the battery being connected? See, battery is coming and getting connected here. The positive terminal is getting connected at some point on the circle, which is A, and on the other side, it is getting connected to the circle, which is actually a resistance at the point B, in such a way that the angle AOB at the center is 90 degree. The question is, what is the total current which is being drawn from the battery and is entering this circuit? Now let's look at this circuit very carefully. This circuit, if you notice, at this point A, whatever is the total current I, right? Whatever is the, say, let the total current be I1, okay? Some part of the current is entering this, okay? This is a node, and the balance current will enter this point. So let's say this current is I, and this current is I2. Okay, so this I travels, reaches B, okay, I reaches B, and then I2 also reaches B. The sum total at B is I plus I2. So whatever is going out is I plus I2, okay, which is nothing but equal to I1. So this is one way, right? I'm just focusing on how to look at the current flow in the circuit. Okay, the other is obviously, if you notice, these 2 points A, B have an arc between them, which is this arc, and a larger arc, if you notice, right? So I know the resistance per unit length. I know one of the arc is only 90 degree. The other arc is going to be 270 degrees, right? So this practically, if I have to draw this, is a circuit which looks like this to me. Okay, I am redrawing it to make it look relatively simpler. Okay, so that the circuit looks simple. Now, when I draw this circuit, I can say one of the resistance, which is a larger arc starting from A, let's say this is A, right? The same point as A. One resistor which comes, okay, is this, okay? Now I'm showing the resistance of the larger arc as this, okay? And it terminates at B, okay? And then the smaller arc, which obviously will be the resistance, will be 1/4 of the total resistance. This is 3/4 of the total resistance because resistance is given by R rho L by A. We already know that. Okay, let me use some other pen. All right. So R is given by rho L by A. Now, if you notice, I have already drawn the resistance of this part, right? So I have already used R is equal to 3/4 of rho L by A, because the length available to me here is 3/4. The balance, okay, is the resistance which starts from B and again terminates at A, like this. So this is resistance is equal to 1/4 of rho L by A, because the length of this arc, so the total length of the circumference is 2 pi r. This small part, okay, is 1/4. So if I say the arc resistance of the small arc AB, it is going to be rho. The length is 2 pi r by 4, because we're dealing with only 90 degrees. So this will be divided by 4, rho L divided by area, right? So this is some conductor. The resistance of the bigger arc, which is this, okay, the rest of the 270 degrees, the larger, okay, so I will just write larger arc AB is equal to rho into 2 pi r into 3 by 4, because the length is 3/4 of circumference divided by A. This is the way it appears. So the ratio of the resistances here is 3:1. And we know what is the resistance per unit length, right? We already know that. Now we have to calculate the total current, and we know the total battery is 12 volts. You can see that actually these two, the small arc and the bigger arc, are two resistances in parallel, R1 and R2. So the equivalent resistance is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 is equal to 1 upon R, and R is equal to R1, R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So this R1, which you see is 3/4 of rho L by A multiplied by 1 by 4 rho L by A divided by the sum of these two. And the sum of these two, 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4, you will get a rho L by A in the denominator. Okay, and this rho L by A will cancel with each of this, and what you will get now is 3 by 4 multiplied by 1 by 4. Sorry, this goes away. Rho L by A goes, so 3 by 4, and then you get a rho L by A is equal to 3 by 16 rho L by A. This is the equivalent resistance of the total wire, right? This is what is the length of this total wire? That is L, right? 3 by 4 rho L. So 3 by 16 rho, the resistivity multiplied by the length 2 pi r, which is 4. Okay, we don't know the area. So anyway, we will not write it. So divided by A. This is what you get. 3 2s are, you get 3 by 8 rho, and so this is 4, another 4, right? So 4 2s are, so this will become 2, 4 and 8 will go. So rho pi upon A. This is the equivalent resistance of the wire, the two parallel components, right? If you notice, the total resistance of this wire, okay, because the resistance per unit length is known, is 1 by 2 pi R total, okay? R total is equal to into 2 pi into 8. Resistance per unit length multiplied by the total length. So 2 pi goes away, and the total circumference 2 pi r, right, will become, so 1 by 2 pi into the total length is 4 ohms. So I did this to tell you some calculation had there been no values, but we know the value, the total value of this particular resistance is 1 by 2 pi into the total length 4, And we know the ratio is 3:1. So this is 3 ohms and this is 1 ohm. So 1 by 3 plus 1 by 1 is equal to 1 by R. And R is equal to 3 into 1 upon 4, right? So this is 3/4 ohm. So the total resistance is 3/4 of an ohm. And now if you have to, if you know the battery voltage, the total current which you will draw will be 12 divided by 3/4 of an ohm, which is nothing but 3 fours are and 16 amperes. So the total current being drawn is 16 amperes. So you have to think question. So it was a very straightforward one, right? 3:4. I just wanted to show you the working of what is going on, what is the total resistance. But you could have done it straight away also, where you know the ratio is coming out to be the length is 3/4. This is 1/4. So resistance of the upper part is 3 times the resistance of this part. The total resistance is coming out to be 4 ohms with this logic. The resistance per unit length multiplied by the total length. Total length is the circumference and this is 4 ohm, right? So if you get 4 ohms because this R is 4, the 4 ohm, which is the total resistance, is getting divided into 3:1, which is possible 3 ohm and 1 ohm. So essentially, this is 3 ohm and 1 ohm in parallel. So if you put this value, you will get the total resistance as 1 by 3 plus 1 by, which is this, right? So you will get the total resistance of the circuit to be 1 by 1 plus 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by R. So R is equal to 3 divided by 4 ohms. Okay. So the total value of this resistance is 3/4 ohms. You know the battery voltage. Apply Ohm's law. V by R is equal to 16 amperes. So this was more of an analysis and detailed explanation. We could have solved this question in one go also by using this length concept and all that and got the answer with the help of this. So you should know how to analyze a situation and be able to solve the questions depending on the complexity they have. So this was a straightforward Ohm's law question, number one. Second, the division of length in the form of 3/4 of a circle and 1/4 of a circle would have resulted in some resistance on this side and these two are in parallel. That you should have been able to decipher because they're connected to the same ends. I hope this made sense. Please go and watch my playlist on YouTube where hundreds of questions are given on circuits. And most of these questions you will see are coming directly in NEET examination, JEE mains examination, CBSE board examination, state board, or AP Physics or Cambridge or any board for that matter across the globe. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't miss any question. Every question will teach you something, a new concept will get built, new insights will come. So thank you very much and wait for my next video.